Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called the Let's Just Be Friends speech. Now, as many of you guys know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes into me, and if I think it's a question that would be beneficial to my viewers, my subscribers, I answer your question in a video. And in today's email, I got from a guy whose girlfriend has recently told him that she just wanted to be friends for right now and see how things go from there. So he wrote into me wondering what he could do about this and how he could save the relationship. So I'm going to go through his email and give him some pointers on how to handle it when one of you guys gets the Let's Just Be Friends speech. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me rather short and to the point, really just 1 to 2 paragraphs max. Otherwise, I'm just not going to have time to read through them all. But I will get back to you as soon as I can in either a written response or a video response like I'm doing today, where I will keep your personal information private. I do have to take care of my paying clients first, so if you're just a little patient, I usually get back to you within about 2 weeks or so, give or take a couple days. I get a lot of emails from you guys, so I'm a little backed up at the moment. But if you need to get in touch with me right away, or you want to dive deeper into your situation, the best way to do that is, again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching as well as bi-weekly and monthly email coaching, where I will work with you throughout that time period. Additionally, I offer phone coaching for my U.S. clients. Now, if you're outside the U.S., I will have something in the future in terms of Skype or phone coaching, but for right now, email coaching is the way to go. And I will post a link to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get on to his email. He says, "Hi, my girlfriend texted me last Friday asking if we could go back to being friends and maybe, if possible, get back as a couple in the future, as she wanted to know if we are really suitable for each other." Well, what this means is that she still has affection for you, where she likes you as a person. However, she has lost attraction for you, or at the very least, it has significantly declined. When a woman loses attraction for you, it's usually because you have been behaving in weak ways. He continues here, "She feels that our relationship is unstable as we're always quarreling." Well, I can't say if this is the only area in your relationship where you've been behaving weak, but when you're always arguing with your girl, it's a sign of emotional weakness, which is a turnoff to women. Women like emotional, strong men. And sometimes it can be very difficult. But you cannot let women see that they have gotten underneath your skin. And if she's being difficult or just frustrating the shit out of you, all you really have to do is just tell her that you're not going to tolerate this behavior, and then you leave the conversation. You don't need to get in an argument with her and explain all the ways that she has been wrong, because it's just not going to sink in for her. She has to feel it. He says, "I didn't want to be a friend, so I asked her if she's breaking up with me. And she replied that she had a lot of homework to do and needs to work part-time at the same time. She don't really I don't think English is his first language, so I'm trying to decipher this as I go through it. She wasn't really in the mood to talk about the relationship. Well, she didn't want to talk about it because she's already fed up, which means that she has probably been thinking about this for a long time. It's been bothering her for a long time, and she has just finally gotten to the point where she was just like, forget it. I'm going to have to put an end to this," which basically means her attraction level for you is dangerously low. But at this point, at least. She just wants to be alone for now, and if I don't want to stay friends or in contact, she won't force me. I replied to her with, okay. Well, that's a good job. I mean, if you would have begged her or asked for another chance or tried to convince her or something along those lines, it would have just made things worse. And one thing you want to keep in mind here is you don't want to let the subtle threat of never seeing her again scare you. And that's basically what she's doing is, well, if you don't want to be friends, then I'm not going to force you, which is basically trying to put a little bit of fear into you. I mean, basically, she's trying to manipulate you in order for you to stick around as her friend until she decides what she wants to do. So basically, she's holding all the power right now. And if you agree to friendship while she puts you in the backup position, you're never going to get what you want, because what it's doing is it's communicating to her that you value her more than she values you, or more than you value yourself. So you always want to see yourself as the prize, which means that you must value yourself and your happiness above hers. And strangely, this is going to make her feel more attraction for you if you put yourself above her. He continues here, after the next 2 days, we remained silent, and on Sunday morning, I texted her that I'm sorry and I will give her space while I work on myself, and if she needs me, I will be there. Well, that was a mistake. It was completely unnecessary for you to apologize because you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, remember, she pushed you away and not the other way around. It was also unnecessary to explain to her how you're going to be working on yourself. I mean, while it's subtle, this is approval-seeking behavior on your part. And it would have been best just not to say anything at all. Like, not text her, just leave it alone. I know it's hard sometimes, but that was really the best thing that you could have done. He says that she read the text, but no response. Well, that's because you exhibited more weak behavior. And she was probably just like, this is gross. I'm not going to deal with this right now. He says, I've also stopped texting her and applied no contact. Good. Today is the 4th day of not contacting her in any form of communication. Just so you guys know, this email is about a week or two old, so I've ignored her before by not responding to her text and calls because I was mad at her. I don't know if she was trying to take revenge, or she is really stressed out and needs space, or she is trying to break up with me. I'm so lost. Please help. In this case, is my girlfriend ignoring me? And what should I do to save the relationship? Well, she is ignoring you, but that's just because she's lost attraction and she's completely turned off right now, but not out of revenge. The good news about this is women often live and express themselves in the moment emotionally. So what she's feeling and saying right now is always subject to change. That doesn't mean that her feelings will change in the future, but your best chance for that to happen all lies in how you respond to these new terms that she's implemented. So you don't want to accept friendship when you want more. As I mentioned, you're never going to get what you want this way. And she has essentially downgraded you to this backup position, meaning she wants to keep you as a friend while she explores her other options and see if she misses you and tries to decide whether or not she wants to keep you around. And you don't want to wait around for that sort of thing. And if you do, it's just going to make you look weaker, and she's going to lose even more attraction for you. So what you want to do is put her in a position where she does miss you. And all that separation anxiety that you're feeling right now, that pain that's in your gut, you want to begin to turn it around so she feels it as well. And you do this with no contact. And this doesn't mean to ignore her, only that you stop initiating contact with her. When and if she eventually reaches out to you, you want to have an upbeat, positive, and playful attitude, like you're doing just fine without her. However, you don't want to beat around the bush when you talk to her either. You want to assume that she's missing you, she wants to see you, And after a little bit of playful banter, after she has opened up a bit, you simply just want to ask her when she's free to get together. Assume that she wants to see you. And if she's not interested or gives you some lame excuse, then just politely and calmly tell her something like, okay, well, it was great to hear from you. Why don't you keep in touch? And then you want to end the conversation right there. And then go back into no contact. And basically, what this is doing, it's putting her in a more difficult position, because if she is missing you, before she even decides that she wants to see you, she's going to try to reach out to you so she could soothe her own anxiety, hoping that you will talk to her more on a friendly level. But if you won't give her that friendship level of communication, it's going to kind of put her in a more difficult position where she has to make some decision. Because really what no contact does is it puts the other person in a position where they have to get to a point where they feel that unless they do something about it, they may lose you forever. Now, if she is interested, then obviously you want to arrange a date. But you want her to come to you. You don't want to be driving over to her house, or however you get over to her house, or drive a half hour away or hours away, or spend a lot of money on her. Really, the best thing to do is to have her come to your place where you guys could cook dinner together. But really, the idea here is that you want her to come to you. You want her to invest into you. And when you do get together, you just want to treat it like it's a first date with a new girl. So this means that no talking about getting back together or the topic of us. You just want to focus on having fun and flirting and gently escalating any kind of physical intimacy. However, in the meantime, you do want to work on yourself like you told her you were going to do. And this means you want to be pursuing your goals and hobbies, working on your health and fitness, hanging out with your buddies, and meeting new people. You want to be building your social circle. And yes, this also means dating new women. And you may think that's the wrong thing to do, start dating other women, but remember, she's pushed you away. She's essentially broken up with you, but she's trying to keep you in a backup position where she's not really letting you go, but the terms of the typical relationship terms are no longer valid. So you don't know when or if she will ever be interested in anything romantic with you again. So you just have to keep moving forward like you're moving on. And if she is going to come back to you, this is when she's going to do it, as opposed to you waiting around for her to make a decision. It's almost like women have a sixth sense about this sort of thing. So if you're waiting around for her to make a decision, you're pining over her, staring at your phone every couple minutes to see if you got a text, or if she's tried to call, or if she's liked one of your social media posts, it's like it's prolonging her coming back to you, as opposed to you just keep moving forward, doing what you do. And she's also picking up on this vibe where she's going to be a lot more likely to come back more quickly if she is going to come back at all. So if any of you are getting the let's just be friends speech, this is really how you should handle it in the future. So if you guys have found my video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button down below and ticking that little bell symbol next to it, so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, I also have a link to some recommended reading, some great books that will help you further your education on relationships and women and game and whatnot, so you have a much more well-rounded understanding of how all this works. But I will also have a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.